very warm welcome to everybody present. This is the 5th lecture of our vocabulary series. I hope you have watched all the previous 4 videos because we are going to use the same words in this lecture. Okay, so we have already seen the word pediatrician or so a pediatrician is someone who treats ailments related to children. So comes from the root word paidos, child, iatria, healing. Both are Greek words. A pediatrician practices pediatrics. Okay, but let's not confuse paidos with pedis, which means foot. So these words might look the same, but they mean different. Pedestal is a platform on which someone stands. Pedal is a pedal on your bicycle or a bike. A pedestrian is someone who is walking by foot. That's why if there's an accident and a car hits a person walking on the road, you will usually see that a car hit a pedestrian. This is what the news should report. So pedestrian is someone who is walking on foot. Similarly, from pedia comes the word pedagogy. So there are 2 root words, pedos, child, we already know. Agogos means leading. So someone who leads a child, a teacher, is called a pedagogue. Okay? So someone who practices pedagogy is a student. Okay, so if you are enrolling in a college, you will have to enroll in some pedagogy courses. But as time went on and the history of the word changed, pedagogue took on a derogatory meaning. In today's context, pedagogue can be used in both positive and negative contexts. In a positive sense, it implies a teacher who works for the betterment and fulfillment of children. Another meaning can also be narrow-minded, old-fashioned, dogmatic, rigid, रूढ़िवादी. तो आपको sentence देखना पड़ेगा, and depending on the context and the sentence, it can have both meanings. It can have a positive meaning, it can have a negative meaning. So be careful of this word. Another word is demagogue. Comes from the root word demos. Demos means people. Also used in democracy, a government of the people, by the people and for the people. So demos is people. Agogos, as we have already seen, is leading. So one who misleads the people, a demagogue, is usually used in a negative sense. It is never used in a positive sense, at least in the present context. So one who misleads the people. A typical example would be a politician who tries to foment the masses, who tries to aggravate the masses, who tries to provoke the masses by giving hateful speech. Okay, so a demagogue can be any person who wants to disrupt the harmony of the society, or one who tries to mislead the people. Such a person can be called a demagogue. Next word that we saw in previous videos was derma, skin. So based on this, there are a few words that you should remember. One is hypodermic. Hypo means under. So if someone gives you a hypodermic needle, it is a needle which will penetrate under the skin. It will go inside. So that hypodermic is something under the skin. Then there is another word called epidermis. Epi means outer. So outer layer of the skin is called epidermis. The topmost layer of the skin is called epidermis. Another word that you should know is taxidermist. Taxidermy is someone who practices taxidermy. Taxidermy is where you stuff the skin of a dead animal. So if there's a pet and your pet has died, but you don't want to part with it, you can go to a taxidermist and you can say, okay, this is the dead body of my pet, and you can stuff it so that I can put it on my mantle or put it in my showcase room so that I can always remember my pet. So this is what taxidermy is. Taxidermy is the stuffing the skin of animals. So taxidermist is someone who will stuff the skin of an animal. Obviously it should be dead, okay, not a live animal. That's common sense. Okay, then another word is pachyderm. Pachyderm means an animal with an unusual thick skin. Comes from the root word patchy, means thick. Derm is skin. So thick skinned animal is a pachyderm. A rhinoceros is a pachyderm. A hippopotamus is a pachyderm. Okay, then let's discuss about the eyes. We have already seen the word ophthalmologist. Ophthalmologist comes from the root word ophthalmos, meaning eyes. Another word for eye, which is a Latin word, this is a Greek word, a Latin term is called ocular. Ocular. So let's discuss some words related to ocular. Ocular means referring to the eye. Anything referring to the eye will have the word ocular in it. Okay, there might be a few exceptions, but most of the time ocular means referring to the eye. Monocle. Monocle is a lens for one eye. Comes from the root word mono. Mono means one. We also saw this in the monogamy, means one marriage. So monocle is a lens for one eye only. Okay, in ancient times there used to be people who only used to wear one lens, and there used to be a string or a chain attached to it. So that is a monocle. Binocular. Bi means two, ocular means referring to the eye, means field lens that increase the range of two eyes. You use binoculars to look at far away objects clearly. So two means bi, both eyes will be used here. Inoculate. Now this is a word which includes ocular, but not necessarily means that we are talking about the eye. When you are inoculated against a disease, an eye puncture or hole is made in your skin. This has nothing to do with the eye. Eye puncture, that means a hole is made in your skin through which a serum is injected to help you or treat you. So inoculate. So if you are inoculated against a disease, remember that they are made a eye puncture, a very small puncture through which they are going to inject some sort of serum or medicine which will help you with your condition. Ophthalmologist is the same as an oculist. Both are synonyms. Oculist and ophthalmologist are synonyms. Okay, but there are a few other professions that you need to know which sound the same but do not mean the same. One of them is optometrist. Optometrist comes from the root word optikos, means sight or vision. This is easy. This is not that difficult to understand. Another is metric. Metron. Metron means measurement. So optometrist is someone who measures your vision. He does not perform surgery. An ophthalmologist or an oculist can perform surgery on you, but an optometrician cannot. Optometrist cannot perform surgery on you. He can measure your vision. He can prescribe you glasses. So optometrists do not perform surgery. They measure vision and prescribe glasses. Another is optician. Optician does not examine patients. Okay, so he is not a physician, he is not an optometrist, he is not an ophthalmologist. An optician simply fills their prescription. So they'll give you a number, they'll give you that these are the glasses that you need to wear. So you'll go to an optician, you will give him that prescription, and the optician will develop glasses which are as per the parameters given in your prescription and will give you the glasses. He will not examine you. Okay, so usually when you go to a shop with a prescription and say that this is the glasses that I want to make and use, you are mostly talking to a optician, one who has the knowledge of understanding the prescription of an ophthalmologist or a optometrist. Okay, so these are the words, new words that we have learned. I'll just summarize them. Pedestal, pedal, pedestrian, pedagogy, pedagogue, demagogue. Always remember that pedagogue can be used in both positive and negative context. Demagogue is always negative. Then there is hypodermic, under the skin, epidermis, outer layer of the skin, taxidermist, whose business is taxidermy, stuffing of animals. Pachyderm is an animal with a thick skin. Dermatitis is a skin inflammation or a disease of the skin. Ophthalmologist we have already discussed. Ocular referring to the eye. Monocle, lens for a single eye. Then binocular is a lens, field lens that helps you both the eyes, that helps both the eyes, two eyes, in enhancing the vision. Inoculate is when you make an eye puncture through which you can insert some sort of a serum. And oculist is the synonym of ophthalmologist. Optometrist is someone who measures the vision, does not perform surgery. Optician is someone who fills the prescription of an ophthalmologist or a optometrist. Okay, see you in the next lecture. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.